Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. And today we're looking at the words of JD's, the coach and part manager of Deontay Wilder. So without much further ado, let's get into it. So, Deontay Wilder is willing to look at the possibility of fighting Anthony Joshua once the Briton participates in a rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr., says the article. According to coach, trainer, and co-manager JD's, Wilder would consider the clash. But only if Joshua can reverse his fortunes. AJ lost by a 6-round stoppage after, was it the 6th round? I thought it was the 7th, okay. After being dropped 4 times. Ruiz ripped away Joshua's 4 world title belts in the process. The Madison Square Garden clash is expected to be repeated later this year, after which Wilder would have completed a return with Luis Ortiz. The article goes on to say, providing all goes well with the pair of bouts, Wilder versus Joshua is back on the cards for all the heavyweight marbles, according to JD's. He goes on to say, if Anthony Joshua rebounds and defeats Andy Ruiz Jr., he's right back in the mix, and the fight is still huge, JD's exclusively said. But if the Ruiz match is a tough fight, Ruiz has always been a good fighter. People look at him and make the wrong assumptions. It's a fight, not a bodybuilding contest. Ruiz can fight and will be motivated to keep his titles, plural. There's a number of them. Joshua is determined to win so he can write his career. It makes for an interesting fight. As whether Wilder would deviate from his current blueprint to face either Joshua or Ruiz before Tyson Fury. Diaz replied, we are proceeding with the plan that will make Deontay Wilder the biggest name in boxing and one of the biggest names in all of sport. We will see what happens after the rematch, he added. Wilder recently revealed his own thoughts on a massive clash with Joshua. I think I could still fight Anthony Joshua. The fight is not dead, Ruiz exclusively said. Joshua can come back and do a lot of amazing things, you know. Look at the fighters that have come back in the past. Some of them had 2 or 3 title shots, or title reigns, I think he meant to say. Look at my guy Derek Chisora. How many times he's fought for a world title, or at world level. I can name a couple of guys who have fought for it twice, let alone 1 time. I know some guys who never got blessed to have it 1 time, like my brother Malik Scott. Oh my gosh, you brought up Malik Scott. Wow. Malik Scott, who went down through the phantom punch, touched his glove, knocked him dead. Okay, some interesting statements there made by JD's and Deontay Wilder. First of all, they state the obvious. If Joshua wins and becomes the heavyweight champion again, then the fight could still be on. Is that not stating the obvious? Is that not blatantly obvious? Of course the fight would be on again, but was it ever on in the first place? Do Wilder and Co. and team, Finkel, J. Diaz, do they have any interest in fighting Joshua? Do they have any interest whatsoever? I highly doubt it. Wilder's a PBC guy, Premier Boxing Champions. They have a habit of in-house fighting. They like to keep, if they get a belt, they like to keep it in-house. They have TV contracts to service with the likes of Fox and Showtime, and it's much better for them, much more financially rewarding to have in-house competition, in-house fighting. Even the name, Premier Boxing Champions, they like to do their business in-house. We see how difficult it is to make the Spence v. Crawford fight. Spence being the PBC guy. Seems no rush. He was the one who came out and said Crawford is on the wrong side of the street. He's on the other side of the street. He went to the other side of the street. So, with the PBC guys, the PBC organization at the helm, sits or stands Al Heyman. They appear to be in no rush to make fights outside of the PBC. Wilder could quite happily see out his career without facing the unified champion, if that unified champion falls outside of the PBC umbrella. So do I believe that they are interested in the fight with Joshua? They have shown no reason. They have given no reason for anyone to believe that they are interested in fighting the unified champ. A unified champ who does not fall under the PBC banner. Yeah, they fought Fury. Rival organization, yes they did. But he was coming back off what, 2.5 years? 3 years out of the game, 2.5 years on the couch, 6 months training, and then boom. Fights a couple of low-level fighters. Fights a couple of low-level fighters, and then whoa, he gets the call. He gets the call from PBC. Deontay Wilder, yeah, come fight for my title. You've been off for the better part of 2.5 years. You've had a couple of low-level fights, no ranking fights. Yeah, come on over. Come on over and fight me. In the meanwhile, Dillian Whyte was his #1 ranked opponent and was getting no love, no interest. So that is a clear indication of the way the PBC, Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel, Aldiz operate. How interested are they really? Are they really interested? No. They go in and fight in the low-level Luis Ortiz. Fighting low-level Luis Ortiz instead of taking on... Where is he? Have I got him here? No? No? Have I got him here? No? 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 No. I don't have him. Instead of fighting Dillian Whyte, he's fighting old man Ortiz. Could easily fight Dillian Whyte. Easily. Could easily fight Dillian Whyte. But no. Instead, he's going for old man Ortiz. And then he's going for Fury again. So, where's the love? You don't want to fight a young banger? You'd rather fight the boxer rather than a young banger? And then going for old man Ortiz? That's how you're doing it. That's how you're doing it. Seems very, very clear. Very, very clear. Which one of the two? Which one of the two you prefer? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Advertising a different guy there. We know what you prefer. King Kong. That's what you're going for, isn't it? Rather than. Yeah, that one looks fine. Is it fine? Uh-oh. Let's open this up. Let's open this up. What does this say? Yeah, there we are. That's the one you're going for. Well, how old is he? 39? I think not. Close to 49? I think so. rather than the young, hungry lion. You're going for the old exiled lion. Literally exiled. The old exiled lion. The young hungry lion, the old exiled lion. The young hungry lion, the old exiled lion. Which one do you prefer, Wilder? Which one do you prefer, Deontay? We know you fought this guy. You made your set arrangement to fight this guy the second time. You won't fight this guy once. Over 600 days. 600 days. And you're still there, messing around with old man Ortiz. Damn. Say it ain't so. Well, you just confirmed it. So you can't say it ain't so. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Stop messing around, Deontay. Stop messing. When are you going to give this guy a shot? When are you going to give this guy a shot? Never if you had your own way, it seems. So this is Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the likes. It's the subscribes. It's the comments. It's the share. It's the hitting that bell icon and leaving your views. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. And I'm out.